Hi, everyone. So, like I mentioned in the last video, I had to cut my video off. So it was just a little too long and longer than I wanted. So I broke it up into two parts. So this is the part two. So let's continue. The next part of the poem. The youngest was 7. We all needed her. Mom was 50. How could this be? And like I said, um, I have 5 brothers. So my mom always wanted lots of kids. She definitely got her wish. But I remember her saying, like when they came to Canada, they had next to nothing. She said we were lucky that there was a cup and saucer in the cupboard, so we had a little bit of dishes. They had absolutely nothing. They had some clothes on their back. And I remember my dad being really angry with my mom because she got some money from, I believe, maybe his mom, somebody in the family, and obviously from his side of the family, that wanted to buy her wedding dress. And she didn't buy the wedding dress. She used the money to buy dresses that she could wear when she came to Canada. Now, some of you know, one of my businesses is a personal stylist. I kind of know where she's coming from, like it's in my book, A New You Style Journal, which of course I'll leave the link below. That's a great way of supporting me, as I said. It's cost per wear, and it's something I talk about. I certainly wasn't thinking about my mom at the time, but when you think about your wedding dress, you're only going to wear it once. And in her mind, different than obviously my dad's mind, because he was very angry that she had done this. But in her mind, she needed some clothes and she would feel better. She's coming to a country, both of them had no English. They've got her brother, which, sorry, rest in peace, Ilmahas, but you were not her favorite brother. And she was coming to Canada, with her husband, and no language. Obviously, other Dutch community and other Dutch people that they definitely friended, and thank God for them. And that was awesome. But what a struggle, really, when you think about it. Not an easy journey. So I can imagine that her mental illness, had a lot to do with the withdrawal from her own family. We have the internet now. We can get on YouTube and Skype, and there's all sort of ways that I think back how wonderful that would be if they were able to do that and spend that time talking with each other, but have some FaceTime. They did travel. They did go to Holland, but obviously not as often as they could. As I said, my dad was a farmer. You can't leave the farm, and my oldest brother had to be old enough to kind of run the household if they did leave. So not an easy life for sure. So as I mentioned earlier, maybe I got kind of cut off there, or cut myself off. We have no idea what her mental illness was. I remember the medications that she would take. I remember her crying and crying and crying. She would not leave the bedroom, and then I would have to prepare dinners for the family while they were out milking the cows. And when they came in at 6 o'clock, dinner had to be on the table. And yeah, it's she couldn't get out of her room, and that's what remember the most, and I remember her smile the most. So, um, she was always seemed to be happy. So, I've not really been exposed to bipolar. I don't even know what that really looks like. So I have no idea whether, she had bipolar or, I don't know. I know that she did laugh a lot and she smiled a lot, but her insecurity were huge and big. And anyways, um, so as I said earlier, my youngest brother was 7 years old, and yeah, we all needed her. So she was 50 years old when she passed. Wow, that's that's surreal. That's really surreal. It's way too early, way too early to go. There's so much more to talk about that, but I won't. I think what I'll do is I'll just give you one more. Um, it goes on. We lived on a farm, but I've moved on. How could they survive without Mom and me? So what I'm trying to get across here is that farm life is not easy. I was blessed. I had 5 brothers. I was so grateful for 5 brothers. You have no idea, because they were able to help on the farm. So they were such a blessing. And I helped Mom in the house. And when I was old enough to babysit, I babysat. And then at a certain point, my father insisted that I get a job as well. I guess, as I was going through high school. So when I was of age to work, other than babysitting, then I got myself a job. And he found an old car, dug it out in the back of some lady's backyard, and I drove that. It had big holes in the front fenders. My dad and my cousin patched that up so we could pass the safety and get on the road. My car was an old Vauxhall. I can't remember. Maybe a 69. I don't know. But it was yellow. They put undercoating on my front fenders, so my front fenders that were all rusted out that they fixed were black. So that's what I drove around in. So anyways, I'll continue with the rest of the poem. And this was actually longer. I know it's longer than, yes, it's longer than I thought it was going to be. But now I'm off to do my Rife treatments. I'm very blessed that I have the machine in my home and I can do it right here. And it's a radio frequency. So what it does, it's like an opera singer being able to bring her pitch so high that it will shatter a piece of glass. So that's basically what the Rife machine is designed to do. You can look it up. Royal Rife was the original inventor of this, and it's meant to shatter the cancer cells, and we're working towards doing that and healing this cancer. This and many other modalities that I'm using in terms of food as much as I possibly can, trying to keep moving forward with that, because I was in such a state that I couldn't do what I needed to do or what I felt was what I learned that I should do. And supplements, and the exercise is becoming a little bit more of a challenge, so still trying to get a little bit of yoga in there. I still do some stretches and stuff like that because it helps with the digestion. And I'm also using a pulsed electromagnetic frequency, so PEMF. So you can look that up as well. Anyways, till next time, thank you for listening. All the links to help me in this journey will be below. And I'm doing more videos right now about the book as opposed to writing the book. But I'm sure this is going to help the book in the future when it comes out. And I'm sure it's going to help me too in my healing journey. So that's all I can really hope for and pray for, that this is something that the universe has wanted me to do that I wasn't doing, and maybe that I should be just doing it. So here I am, just doing it. How you can help me, as I said, is purchasing my first book, which will be in the link below. That is one way. GoFundMe is another way. Subscribing to my channel is another way. This is a very, very small channel. And, you know, if it grows, it grows. At least if you're subscribing, if you're sharing my video, if you're liking my video, then I know that what I'm doing is working for you too. So, till next time, love to all. Thank you for listening.